We're going. Hello, hello, hello. This is attorney Mike Gravel coming to you from Chicago. As usual, we have a Friday happy hour. I'm better than yesterday thanks to some ginger. This happy hour is sponsored by ginger. That stuff works. All right, joining me, I've got. Let me see. Let me see here. Let me get this. There he is, Team Skeptic, the lovely and gracious Team Skeptic in the house. Let's give
The
him a round
most
of
humble
applause.
man in America. By far, hands down. Other people try, they just fail.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mike? Man, great to see you,
I'm,
brother.
I'm good. I'm good. So we had a little chat yesterday,
Mhm.
and he drops on me. I did a video a couple days ago. It was in Judge Simpson's room,
Mhm.
and it involves Nathalie. You know who I'm talking about. One of my commenters hits us with maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Nathalie. I had to pin it. It was
Yeah.
fantastic. We really should, I don't have that skill set, but we really should do that, like Saturday Night Live style, and like, and intro all Nathalie segments with it. Maybe she's born
Yeah.
with it. Maybe it's Nathalie.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Nathalie.
So
I get somebody
anyway,
to sing it for us.
he's got a little clip. We're gonna do this. I saw
Oh,
about 10 seconds of it, but not most of it. What I saw was delicious already.
you
So,
saw nothing. You saw nothing, Mike. Zero. And
all
and I
right.
we intentionally did it so that he did not see anything because I don't know why nobody else caught this clip. It just happened to slip through the ether and it almost got unnoticed, but not when Skeptic is on the case
Oh,
because I catch every
absolutely.
goddamn idiot out there. I
Well,
just I
there
just
was a
feel them. I'm like, there's an idiot over here, and I go that way, and there happens to be one.
There's disturbance in the force. I need to check.
Yeah.
I,
All
I'm
right.
told
So
there was. I'm told there were nuggets on Simpson's call again today. I mean, like every day.
I
He's so
have the
consistent.
entire call recorded already. I just haven't gone through it yet.
I wasn't able to get to it, but okay, okay. Let's. Oh, by the way, Ben should be along to join us. He just texted me and said he's coming back from the detention center. I hope he didn't get too much trouble.
Well, I need to
I
see.
kid, I kid, I kid. He's probably over there with one of his clients.
He's in jail. All right,
All
hold on.
right, let's.
I gotta see this. Let's see. We have 313 people, only 83 likes, 84 now that I've liked the
What is
video.
going on?
We need
People, this
100 likes to get Nathalie out. And I
this booze isn't
promise
gonna
you,
drink
it'll be
itself.
worth it. I promise you. All right, so here we go. Yeah,
Thank
let me
you.
get Nathalie up for you guys, and you tell me when you're ready, Mike. And I'm just
I'm
gonna let
ready.
this play. All right, here we go. Make sure, let me know if you cannot hear it, but here we go. Everybody, grab your fucking seats. By the way, this is about to get crazy. Oh, I clicked the wrong. I clicked my OBS instead of my actual thing. Here we go.
No, I can't hear it.
You can't hear that?
I can't hear it.
Hold on, let me make sure that. Oh yeah, I guess hey, I don't know why it's wiped it off. All right. Life 3, by the way, people. I did it again. Is Nathalie. Here we go.
He took it off, stupid.
Now I hear it.
Okay, look, I don't know who you are, Life 3, but you're about to be kicked out of the courtroom.
I apologize, Judge Simpson.
Who are you?
Nathalie Mason.
Got her. Okay, I don't want to ever hear that in my courtroom about anybody.
I apologize.
I don't know if that's going to be good enough, but I'll get you when you get to your case. Mute yourself. Court calls the case of the people versus Nathalie Mason. That's the one.
This is where it gets good.
Honor, Alexander on behalf of the people.
Ready again, Judge. Torshell Feaster, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Miss Mason. Miss Mason, please
Torshell.
unmute and state your name for the record. Miss Mason, please unmute and state your name for the record.
Can you pause it for just a second, Team Skeptic?
Had a whole lot to say before.
1 second. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay, just to set it up for those who don't know, I had a short clip on her recently, But last we checked in with Nathalie, she was pleading guilty straight up, no problems about it, pleading guilty to shoplifting in a Walmart.
Yeah,
And
theft.
then I was discussing this with Team Skeptic yesterday, and he said, "Oh no, I've got a better one." So
Oh,
let's carry on.
Yeah, so yeah, just to set it up. Okay, and also yet in yesterday's clip, I don't know how much of it you got, but he passed her. He signed a bench warrant for her. And we talked about it because she was like, "Thank you, Jesus." And he was like, "It's Judge," you know.
Yeah.
But she was sitting there the whole time. Her phone dies, and that's when Simpson calls her. At like 30 seconds after her phone dies. And then when she comes back, she's sitting there for about 5 minutes before she interrupts and goes, "Hey, I'm Nathalie. Did y'all call my name while my phone died?" And Simpson goes, "No, we didn't. You're coming up." And then someone goes, "No, we called her name. You issued her a warrant." And that's when he goes, "All right, I'll recall the warrant." And he, "Thank you, Jesus." All right, here we go. Now, this is the like a few days before. So this was her first appearance for that. Here we go. And she's having trouble. She's not muted, or she's muted.
We're ready for court now. Would you please unmute and state your name for the record?
I already got in trouble because I thought I was muted and I wasn't. And this guy, he was calling this guy name. He was sitting there looking crazy. I was like, he looking off.
Miss Mason, we got
But I didn't know harm.
Miss Mason.
God.
State your name.
Oh
State
Lord.
your name for the record.
It gets better.
Nathalie Mason.
Thank you, Judge. Today is the date and time set for pretrial in this matter. I've spoken to Miss Mason and to the prosecutor's office.
How'd that go? No, go ahead.
It's been rough, Judge. At this time, there are no offers on this file. If we could adjourn this matter, Your Honor, so we can hopefully get an offer, and if not, move it forward in another way to resolve it, Judge.
But could I talk to just may I say something?
No. What do you not?
I'm ordered to pay $180, but I don't have an income because I'm disabled now. So I was trying to explain to him that I talked to a court clerk at 14A District Court. I called the bus back up there and talked to her and told her my situation. She said I could make a payment plan. But they never sent me through the mail.
Miss Mason? Is that this
yes?
Because if that's not this case,
excuse me?
Is that on this file? Because if it's not on this case, Judge Simpson cannot do anything about that today.
Well, which case is this? It got to be the one I went to. It got to be the one that I already got ruled on because is it a case from that I had a bench warrant on? It was a warrant out for me on this case because I didn't pay the $180.
Okay, you never had a bench warrant on this one.
Me?
You never had a bench warrant on this one.
Is this the one where I had the crack pipe? I got caught stealing from Myers.
No, this is the one where you were stealing from the store. Allegedly.
Right, from Myers, right?
Yep.
From Myers or Home Depot. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And that's the one that you ruled on for.
No, this is Myers. This is Meyer.
That's what I know.
You were stealing stuff.
That's the one that
allegedly.
Stop it, Judge.
Nothing to do with the crack pipe. That might have happened before or after. It has nothing to do with that.
Look at Torshell. Oh God.
It happened at the same time, Judge Simpson. It happened
Well,
at the
I
same
don't know
time.
that.
You gave me 180 day rule. You gave me
Miss Mason?
$80.
Miss Mason? Anything you
God.
say can be against you?
So
what? Would you please stop until we can try to get this matter resolved and we can deal with all that stuff at a different time?
Okay. So what's, I don't want to go to no trial. What's going to take place now?
Okay. I was just going to adjourn it out so that everybody could talk to each other about it and get it. So I'm adjourning it to July 6th.
Thank you, Judge Simpson. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Defendant Mason.
I love Judge Simpson, man. I love Judge Simpson. He's amazing. And that's all we have for
that
for
is
that
good
one,
stuff.
for that clip. Yeah. So I'll be back on
Thank
camera
you,
in a
Team
second. I
Skeptic.
forgot to charge my camera up, so it's gonna take a few minutes to charge up to get back on and stay on. But yeah, that's what I found. And then I knew that she was coming up a couple of days ago, and her next clip was pretty good, and you covered that one. I'm gonna put them together and make my own crack pipe Karen video coming soon. We'll say, hey, I'll tell you what, if everybody will show up there tomorrow, I'll put Crack Pipe Karen out on Saturday. And I don't release on Saturday, but I'll do it for you guys.
Well, that was fantastic.
Oh, hey, let me tell you also this. Judge Simpson had a great trial today. Oh, man, a great landlord-tenant case where he got frustrated and fucking went off on everybody, including the attorneys. Or attorney. There's only one represented. But yeah, that's a good one. You're gonna have to check that one out when you get a chance.
All right. I got a bunch of messages that there was quality stuff on his call, but I was putting this together and I didn't have time.
I got the whole thing recorded. We're good.
All right. Well, I think we should do is get this party started. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. If Ben shows up, and I hope he does, we'll pop on there. Oh, Old Squishy Gardner's in here.
Hey, big shout out.
Yeah, big shout out to Old Squishy Gardner. I know our Nevada Judges is here, and I poached his whole stream, and he is awesome. Big shout out to our Nevada Judges. I don't know who else is in the house. Obviously, Team Skeptic. I see.
Hey, we need to congratulate Old Squishy Gardner. He passed 10K yesterday.
Yeah,
and also he had his first 100K video past week, I think. I was telling him we're gonna get you there, and he messaged me back. He's like, dude, I'm already above 100K. I was like, fuck. I thought I was gonna be like the savior that everybody needed. Nah, I'm just some jackass trying to grift off of OSG.
I sent him one of the clips that we're going to see today, which is just short, which is also in Judge Simpson, is Schuh, the defendant Schuh. I sent him a portion of that, but he got. I did one on. It was called Big.
Yeah, that guy's nuts,
contempt.
Man.
It was a great one. You know, he flips off the judge and the whole thing like that. That he was in front of Fresh Hour. I have his follow-up appearance in front of Judge Simpson, which is fantastic. But Old Squishy Gardner found more appearances, and that video today, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's blowing up, and it should. It
should. I'm going to cover that live tonight. But that case, I don't know how much you know about that case from because I'm not sure where everybody's cutting off at, but there's a lot of lead up and follow through between the judges and attorneys about the cases with that guy in particular, because he is like gone. He's mental. Yeah. I mean, he cannot stop. And have you seen the video yet? Did you see the follow-up with Fresh Hour where his girlfriend was there as well?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I did that one. OSG had today on today's video, he had Fink. He had 2 appearances with Fink, one with Fresh Hour, and the last one with Simpson.
Oh, is that what the Fatal Attraction was about?
By the way, also was sent to me by Jess Karras. And everybody go over there and subscribe, because I can't link her channel because she doesn't have 1,000 subscribers yet, and we should really change that. She's got a bunch of good clips over there.
Hey, is that what you meant by Fatal Attraction in the title?
Yeah, Fatal Attraction.
Okay, well then let's do Schuh here. I don't have to do it on my channel. I got plenty of material. We can do Schuh here.
Yeah, we've got a couple. Well, that's a short clip, and then we've got a long 3B Fatal Attraction, also with our good friend Deborah Davis doing the prosecuting. It's big times here. It's big times at happy hour.
Did you get the Judge Middleton freak out that happened at the end of yesterday's docket?
No.
Oh, can we play that real quick? Your chat will love it. I promise you.
How long is it?
It's about 7-8 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Let me get it. I got it for when I got this one, I was like,
I'm wondering if it's the same hearing or not, but I don't think it is, because the one I'm doing is like a half hour, 40 minutes long.
No. I've got it right here. I have
let's
it.
Do it.
Let me get it loaded up. I'm looking at it right now. Hold on. It is. Oh, it's 8. Just so you know, it's 14 minutes long. But I'm doing this one too. This is another Karen in court source video, but you guys are welcome to use it as much as you want. And I'll send it to you over email if you want as well.
Cool.
But let me have you seen this one yet? Do you have 14 minutes?
No.
15 minutes. It's 14:52.
I do.
Okay. This is good. This one is really, really, really good. And you know, Mike, I don't be blowing smoke up nobody's ass. When I told you Crack Pipe Karen was good, Crack Pipe Karen was on point,
through.
right?
You came through on Crack Pipe.
This one right here. Oh man, this is Ambrosia Amber right here. She can't stop drinking. Let's go ahead and
check it out
and play this one. This one's really, really good. A violation drunk lady on July 6th. This was not supposed to be at the end of his docket. This was slid in at the very end. I think he did landlord, or he did in-person sentencings yesterday, and they threw her in on a probation violation. And this is a bond hearing, so it wasn't even supposed to be seen yesterday.
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh,
Yep.
oh my God. What are you talking about? I didn't. Oh, am I ready? You mean?
No. We're not ready for your case yet. We'll be with you in just a moment.
I didn't know that anyone could hear me.
And we have Amber Stevens here. This is an unscheduled polycom.
Are you fucking kidding me? Hold on, timeout. Oh my God, I just realized it. I call Karens in court Ambers because of Amber Heard. This Karen's name is Amber. This is an Amber. This is my first Amber named Amber. I've already had a Karen named Karen. This is an Amber named. Oh my God, this is so.
My last Karen video, I did this whole video, and then I realized when I did the thumb and I changed the thumb because I'm like, oh my God, her name is actually Karen.
This is going to be my first Amber. That's an actual Amber named Amber. Oh, and she's
we've got an Amber alert.
She's a piece of shit. Here we go.
Good morning, Ms. Stevens. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Your lawyer, Lori Hines, was here with me, and I asked her to stick around so we could address this. Also, Autumn Kiefer, your probation agent, is here, and Deborah Davis from the prosecutor's office. I started my morning today with an email from Deputy Brandon Dahl. I stopped a vehicle last night. Amber Stevens was inside. She was arrested and lodged on a warrant. She smelled of booze. Her PBT was 169. She told me she was on probation. So I knew that as soon as I logged in this morning. Oh, don't beat me to it. She was at 6:57.
Thank you.
And so I knew we would be seeing you. Let's talk about why there is a warrant. The file number here is 202494. And the charge is domestic violence.
Thank you.
I haven't yet had a chance to cut out all the silences on this one. It just happened yesterday, so it's in its full feature. Even with the silences. My bad.
Probation violation.
No problem. That's not bad. But thank you, T in Tennessee.
Way back in August of 21, alleging that you had failed to report on a monthly basis, failed to report in July and August, failed to participate in treatment, failed to comply with community mental health. And she prepared a status report.
Yes,
the matter was set for a probation violation hearing, and it was adjourned because of some conflicts to September 29th. Then you didn't show up on September 29th, and I issued a bench warrant for your arrest. And so that warrant, I think, has been out since last September until you got picked up last night. So this is a bench warrant violation. What we're actually doing, you were set for a probation violation hearing where we were going to take testimony on whether or not you had violated your probation by doing those things that Autumn alleged in the petition. Failing to report, failing to test, failing to do treatment, failing to do community mental health, and now having a new charge of being intoxicated. But we had to adjourn it, then you didn't show up, and we just lost you for a year. Where have you been since last September?
I've still been at my grandparents' house.
On Michigan Avenue?
Yes.
What have you been doing?
Working for her here and there. I don't know. What else?
Well, did you think there was a warrant out for your arrest?
Just put a link to your
Well,
chat in the chat, please.
not at first, and then I ended up finding a letter that came in the mail saying like you guys were gonna give me a really good offer, and it was like from
Thank you.
I don't remember what it said, but it was a good offer that I would have took. But I didn't get to it
Well played.
quick enough. I was.
Did you need me to stop it, Mike? I'm sorry. I was trying to
No.
listen for if you were telling me to stop it, and I thought you said stop it.
Nope. I'm all
Anyway,
good.
since we stopped it, we'll just say this. She's had a lot of violations in the past already. They finally
I think
caught
these
her.
allegations are well founded.
So there was a reason to get her before she picked up what appears to be new charges. He'll get to those in a second.
I guess I was staying with a friend at the time when I had came. I was with a friend for I went over there, stayed there for like a few days or a week or so, and that's when I missed the letter that came in the mail from you guys and from Autumn. It was a good offer, and I missed that, and yeah.
All right. Are you drunk right now?
No.
Judge Milton, don't give a fuck.
Well, I just been sleeping, I guess. I've been in the cell here at the jail for, I don't know.
How did you get picked up last night?
I don't know.
Here's where it's going to
They
start
use-
getting good.
use blinker.
Someone that got stopped?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Tell you about that. I'm not sure.
Well, who were you with?
My grandmother.
All right. Why did they pull your grandmother over?
She wasn't using a blinker or something like that.
Where was this?
Right by my grandparents' house.
Michigan Avenue?
Yes. Or on 131.
All right. And then they realized you had a warrant for your arrest and you were arrested.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did anybody else get arrested?
No.
All right. I'm not sure we can really do much here. I have to arraign her. Lori hasn't had a chance to speak to her at all. Autumn hasn't had a chance to speak to her at all. You're still entitled to have a probation violation hearing. I'm not sure what your current state of mind is because you just spent a night in the jail and you were intoxicated when you got arrested. I think we need to set this for.
Well, I can, if you, I can pay the courts for that probation. That's another reason why I had a probation violation. But I can get out and I can pay $200 on that. I would like to add as well.
Money.
And I do have to work with my grandparent or with my grandma, like I said, helping her clean and whatnot.
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your grandma's name?
Barbara Rischel.
Barbara, what's her last name?
Rischel. Yeah.
No offense, but you're a mess.
Me?
Yeah.
I know. I've been in a cell sleeping and
No,
stuff.
but you've been AWOL since last September. You didn't show up, you haven't reported, you haven't talked to your probation agent. You get arrested last night with your grandmother. You're not driving.
Grandma's gangster.
2 times the legal limit intoxicated. And I don't really
Seriously.
know what's been going on with you since last September. I asked about why you didn't come, and you gave me some bunch of words that didn't address the question. I don't know what you've been doing, where you've been, what the state of your current circumstance is. But this probation has not been very successful. The complaining witness in the case is your grandmother, Barbara Risham.
Oh no.
And she's driving around with you drunk in the car. Where were you coming from?
On a domestic
We were
violence
coming from
case.
the house, going to the store.
Why do you keep covering your mouth? I can't.
Because it feels like my mouth is gonna like, I don't know. I guess my mouth is just dry. And I don't know.
All right. Well, I need to do something with this. The problem is I'm about to go on vacation.
Do we have meth or something else involved here?
Yeah, right. Well, it's about to get good. It's still building up. It's about to have a firework ending.
Oh, it's already fun.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
He gave me a hard time for 6 days. 5 office days.
Oh, I don't know what to do with this, but I'm not going to let you out. I'm going to cancel your bond.
What?
You heard him, Amber.
But why? I have to work.
Well, you're going to miss it.
Huh?
You're going to miss work.
I'm not gonna miss work. And I have money right now to pay the fines.
All right. It's not about the fines. It's about your total lack of compliance with your probation.
Oh, isn't that just wonderful?
You're AWOL for 10 months. And your current state of mind, I'm not clear what it is.
Well, how would you not be clear? I mean, what's my current state of mind? I don't feel good.
No shit.
I have
Yeah.
dry mouth. I've been sitting in a cell, so I look all funny and crazy.
Yeah, nobody looks their best at the jail.
I can barely hear you because people are talking over there.
All right.
Greg, it looks like we already had the arraignment, so this is, I guess.
Yeah, it was set for a PV hearing.
It is sad.
But
She
you
really
just don't
is
want to
pretty.
do that without her having that.
I want Lori to have an opportunity to talk to her. I want Autumn to get an update. I want the defendant to be more clear-headed.
Which is too bad because that would totally apply.
Looks like she was booked in at 8:27 last night, so that makes more sense, because I was wondering why the email came at 2 in the
Yeah, so was
morning as
I.
well. But yeah, so she was that intoxicated at 8 o'clock.
Hear us up a little bit.
Gee whiz.
Now you guys know you're not supposed to have contact, right?
Of course, despite the fact that this wasn't on the call, Deborah's all over it.
Hopefully, I'm not getting pre-exams on the 19th. Because I've got other stuff set in there. They gave me one pre-exam with Reggie King, and the rest of them are set. Let Schuh.
Move up here better.
It's next. I can tell you.
11 a.m. on next or Tuesday, July 19th.
Yes,
Can you
get
do that
closer.
morning?
We need to see you
I
even
have
better.
a, mediation that morning in a domestic case.
She knows we're watching. That's why she won't show her mouth.
How about 2 p.m. on July 19th?
I can do 2 p.m. I just can't do the morning.
Autumn will do this between staffing and sobriety court. Except for 2 p.m., July 19th.
So what are we gonna do on my birthday?
Your birthday is the
July
21st. Well, that'll yet to be determined.
So I have to sit, and so I have to sit in here, and I can't get out and take care of my job and whatever?
That's correct.
That's what jail's all about.
Yes, your bond is.
Oh my God, you guys are just fucking ridiculous all the time. Why do you always want me to sit in a cell? Always.
No, she didn't.
He's about to give her
I'm getting sick and
reasons.
tired of this. Every time I come here, you always want me to just sit in a cell. You act like it's nothing to you.
I don't think it's nothing to you. You don't think it's anything to me. I don't want to make this worse. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room. You're gonna sit in jail for being totally non-compliant with your probation.
I love how he says
for
it.
getting arrested last night while you were highly intoxicated, where you have a bond condition and a probation condition that you not use any alcohol. You've been AWOL since last September, and I'm not going to chase you around again. The very first date I can do this at great difficulty is the 19th of July. I will see you then, and if you want to wonder why you're in jail, look in the mirror.
Oh no.
He just shut the video off.
Oh no, she was looking for a mirror. That's
Yes.
how gone she is.
Yeah, July 19th, guys. We'll be paying attention to that day too, because she'll be back. She will be back. It'll probably be in person though, but it's gonna be good, I'm sure.
Well, that was fantastic.
Well, what do you want to do next, Mike? I got lots of
Well,
videos, or we can go to yours if you want.
Let me see here. Wait.
That's another Karen in court video that's coming out. I might pair that one up with the Maybelline Mason or whatever.
Nathalie?
Yeah.
All right. No. Let's get the big one started here. I'm trying to wrangle Ben in here. We've been going back and forth on text as well, but we got a few here. Let me start with this here. We'll do that. No. Let's get her started.
He now is in a throuple.
That you have Jeremy Schuh available?
Yes, Your Honor. You want him now?
All right. Yeah, he can come right up. Yeah, whenever you bring him up. Thank you.
Okay, so Jeremy Schuh is the guy who flipped off Judge Freshour and got held in contempt. And his next appointment is with Judge Simpson. It doesn't go much better.
Hey, when is this one? Can I ask you? Because I've been following this. When did this trial happen?
This court appearance was the 7th. It was yesterday.
Okay.
And Jess Kara sent this to me as well, which I also shared with OSG, who put it to good use.
I don't know what that means. Not too bad, bro.
Well, somewhere down here. Where's shoes? Yeah, I did. Mr. Harvey. But he's in the upper here.
That's correct.
Court recalls the case of the People's State of Michigan versus Jeremy Schuh.
Jessica Blanche Perry on behalf of people.
All right, Mr. Schuh?
Yes.
I just signed an order. The public defender's office has withdrawn. You indicated to me that you have Mr. Elman on the other case. The office of assigned counsel has appointed Mr. Elman to this case for you.
Okay.
So what it's going to require me to do is adjourn this matter out.
Okay.
So I'm not sure because he's not here what his schedule is. So I'm going to adjourn it out 2 weeks. I realize you've got that other hold that you're working on out of 1484.
Yes.
So,
May I say something to the court?
Sure.
Oh, here
This-
we go.
One, I have one question that I keep asking the officers. Nobody knows. Who is the chief judge of the district court?
Which district court? That would be, this district court would be Judge Kunke. You'll have to ask any other questions regarding that. I'm not going to deal with what may be issues.
Okay, so it's Judge Conkey, the district
That's
court.
who you'd have, yes.
Okay. The other thing is who would I file a extraordinary writ of habeas corpus to?
All right. Let me just tell you something, Mr. Schuh.
Oh Lord, how do I do some crazy? How do I sue you and your employer? That's his question. Judge handles it. I mean, no one's scared because like there's nothing less threatening than somebody who says, "How do I kick your ass?" Well, apparently you don't know, do you?
Yeah.
Also, I'm specifically obligated to not tell you how to do it. But the fact that you're asking me makes me have zero fear.
I'm not here to. We dealt with each other before. I'm not here to give you legal advice.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What I will do in this case is I will adjourn your probable cause conference. I'm going to adjourn that 2 weeks out, like I said, to the 21st. And the file now indicates Mr. Elman is your attorney of record on this matter. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your bond will continue in this case.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day, sir. God bless you.
You too.
Remember, you look marvelous.
This is.
Well, look who's here. It's none other than Ben Bateman. How you doing, Ben? Can you hear me, buddy? I don't think he can.
Benjamin!
Ben Bateman, he's frozen. He's frozen. Oh,
there he is.
Ben, brother, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Did you get out of detention?
I think so. Yes.
What I mean, were you in there on your own charges, or was that for helping clients?
I was helping clients. Yes.
Well, you busted out. I saw you had a little case up yesterday.
I did have a little case yesterday.
You managed to get your guy probation under very difficult circumstances. Oh, you're frozen up, buddy.
His best to not get probation, but you know.
No. You did good work. He while you were arguing, he was doing fine. All right. Well, let's work out your deals. We'll get this thing going. We got a fun one going in 3B. Just work out your technical stuff here. We'll get to you.
Two files in the matter of People versus Katherine Weiler, file 221007SM, alleges malicious use of a telephone and electronic eavesdropping or trespassing that allegedly occurred on April 26th of 2022. The other charge is file 221006FY and alleges obstruction of justice, stalking, malicious use of a telephone, and domestic violence. The complaining witness in these matters is Richard Moody. He's present here today with Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Deborah Davis. Christine Yancey is here on behalf of the defendant. I scheduled this matter for this morning. I wanted to do it before I went on vacation. And Ms. Yancey had a window here. It's not a very big window, but we set it for 11:30. The defendant pled, as I recall, to counts 2 and 3 of file 221006 FY, stalking and malicious use of a telephone. I don't know you. I met you at the last hearing. You told me you were working at Cruiser. You had a good job. You don't have much criminal history.
You have no criminal history.
But this is certainly shaking things up. So let's start with you, Ms. Davis. What would you like me to know?
Your Honor, some things have transpired and there are going to be new charges issued against Ms. Weiler, but it is a bond violation of what she has been doing to Mr. Moody since this happened. I guess going back, this was a case where I have 2 different law enforcement agencies having to respond because of this woman's behavior and her incessant harassment of Mr. Moody. He has 2 small children. He can't even keep his curtains open at his own home. You know, she's coming to his house. She's breaking his fence to get a look at who's in there. She's screaming at any female that is at his home with him or approaching him in public when he's with any other female. I don't understand why she continues to have this delusion that they are in a relationship. He has made it very clear repeatedly that he does not want to be in a relationship with her. There has been a previous PPO that did get then, I think it expired, and he did attempt to maybe have a relationship with her, but he realized very quickly that that was not a good idea. He let her know. And I don't know how else he can make it clear to her. And again, with these agencies that have to continually...
Which 2 agencies are we talking about?
Michigan State Police and Trooper Tracy Smith wanted to be here. She is watching. She had to go to a meeting in Branch County. She has dealt with a lot of the issues. And then the St. Joseph County Sheriff's Department, because of where Mr. Moody lives, he lives outside of the city of Sturgis jurisdiction. But also Sturgis PD has had to take calls because I believe there's been at least 2 incidents at Wings, et cetera, downtown Sturgis, where the police have had to become involved. And one of those was just on the 30th of this month, which was after she entered her plea in this case, which the thought process was what she has done is felonious activity. However, we recognize that she doesn't have a prior record. It's an emotional issue here with a prior relationship between these 2. It was our honest hope that by having given the offer of misdemeanors that she would get the message, he would be able to live peacefully, she would be able to move on. She called him the day of court. As soon as she entered her plea, she's calling and telling him what happened at court before our victim advocate could even call him.
No, she never talked. She never talked. She just calls me.
So, and we're talking not just 1 or 2 calls, and then Mr. Moody can speak to this, but we're talking hundreds of calls, 64 calls yesterday, and 2 voicemails that she ended up leaving that are just...
I don't know. I need to hear from the panel.
Damn, 64 calls?
64 calls? You think that's excessive? Because I think that's excessive.
Well, we've all been there, right? And only 2 voicemails. What?
When I was younger, yes, but it was not calling. I paged somebody 64 times in one day, maybe.
Yeah, it's too bad.
I probably did that.
The last clip reminded me of a case that you had, where the defendant asked the judge who the chief judge was and how he could sue him. I'm like, this is a case that Ben Bateman needs to be appointed to. He has experience. He's the man for the task.
Yes. Yes. Stand by counsel. I'll file all his crazy filings and just acquiesce until he loses his self-representation. But see, caller ID ruined this. Just going back to this case, 64 calls, because before there was like any caller ID or anything, you could call as many times as you wanted to.
Oh yeah.
And no one would know. They couldn't like go and like, oh my gosh, psycho. You could be psycho and no one would know. This is where technology has ruined things for us. These young kids don't understand.
It's really made it hard on stalkers. I'm not gonna lie. All right.
Completely delusional about what their relationship is from what he's telling me and from what I see from the police reports and the videos from Wings, etc. Nothing that Mr. Moody has shown to any of the law enforcement community or us is indicating anything other than I want to be left alone and I don't want to have a relationship with this person. And they can certainly play those voicemails for you if Your Honor would like to hear them. I can, because there is going to be another case from the Wings, etc. incident. I guess we won't really get into that with the video at this point, but it's the opinion of our office.
What was there's video of the Wings, etc. incident?
Yes, from the 30th.
June 30th.
Yes. So as far as the bond violation part of it, I mean, Mr. Moody himself, audio and videotaped her once she approached the table. She's got a hoodie up, which a little bit unusual unless you're trying to avoid detection and being caught violating bond. And he said in there, "You're violating bond," and she's like, I don't have a bond condition." It's like she doesn't get it, and I don't know if she's going to get it, and I'm afraid she's going to seriously hurt him or his children, and he shouldn't have to live in fear. And not his friends even. He says they come over to the house, they won't even put their back to the door. They don't like being outside at his house because of fear of what she might do. So
and then the two voicemail messages were from yesterday, July 5th.
Yes, yesterday evening. And they are directed at the behavior of Mr. Moody.
Okay, Tanya, you don't wear hoodies outside of somebody's house that you're stalking every day.
Taking people out on a date.
I'm with you, Tony.
And how she, wants to be in a relationship with him, and it just.
It's to the point she threw a beer all over the lady I was with and then walked out.
So, in speaking with law enforcement, they are extremely frustrated with her and the amount of time and effort that is going into this. And it's the opinion of law enforcement that's been involved that jail should be part of this punishment. And I agree. I mean, if she can't conform her behavior to be what is expected of a citizen and leave Mr. Moody alone, then her only option is incarceration. So we would ask that the court take that into consideration strongly here with what we do today. And I know Mr. Moody would like to speak as well.
Absolutely.
We'll get to that in a minute. Christine, there's a lot going on here, including new information and new criminal charges.
Well, I think, Your Honor, my client does want to speak, but I'm going to direct her to not speak about anything in terms of the alleged violations because there is going to be new criminal charges and I don't want anything to be used against her in that. But what I would say is, Your Honor, when we did do the plea, she pled and took responsibility for what she had done in terms of those 2 counts.
Okay, Ben, are you feeling for this defense attorney right here?
Yeah, she's got a tough road to hoe there.
Yeah, she does, and I know I've seen where you have as well before, but you'll see right here. She manages to talk herself into getting cuffed and pulled out of the courtroom mid-hearing here.
Oh, really? Well,
and her counsel's doing a great job. Same thing, she just can't control him.
Yeah, I had a case similar to this. Just briefly, guy so crazy violated the order against him, got arrested. With his phone call from jail, guess who he called? He called her to apologize for. I'm like, you called her from jail? Like,
right.
Anyway,
You're
My
Ben,
condition number
I've dealt
one,
with this level
don't contact her, right?
So Ben,
right, and so he goes to jail for calling her, and then when he goes to jail, he calls her too. So, well, I wanted to apologize. Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
that's literally
Anyway.
the case that we were watching before you got here. Was a person who's having an extreme issue with contacting the DV, the complaint or the victim.
Yeah.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
and she is compliant. She's complicit. So she's actually trying to contact him as well. So she's setting him up for failure. He literally, like, as he gets into the courtroom to bring him in on his bond hearing, right, and to talk about the order, he's, you know, sending sign language to her saying, I love you, and this and that. And she's going back with, I love you. And so then the judge comes on and it's like, we told you not to do this. We've told you to that you can't get in contact with this person. So what happens afterwards? He goes to the jail. She goes home. He calls her to tell her. Then they rearrange him and tell him he has no phone privileges now. He called her and said, hey, Mom. And they recognized his voice. They were like, you're kidding me. You're not calling your mom. You're calling the victim here.
Yeah, the victims flip most. I mean, Ben, did you ever prosecute?
No, I've always.
But, well, you see the same dynamic from the defense, but I used to prosecute, and, like, you know, the victims come in. I want to put away for life. Literally 12 hours later, I love him. He's the greatest thing. Can you please drop all the charges? It just, I mean, it's so common that's the standard scenario.
Yep.
And at that time, Your Honor asked to have copies of the personal protection orders that had been filed in this county. I provided that, as well as her medical information. And this is a bad breakup. I don't disagree with what Ms. Davis has said, but at the same time, these parties have had a history for over 2 years. And if you look at the PPO that was originally obtained by Mr. Moody, within 6 months of it, he has to have it dismissed. And then they get back together. Then he has another one issued. But my client was never, within just like 3 weeks or 2 weeks, he has another one issued after he gets the early dismissal. And on the second one, my client was never served with it. When I got everything from the clerk's office, I never found any proof of service that was in there that she was ever served. And that was an issue where if she didn't behave.
Oh, I hate this. The defense attorney's doing a good job, but she's now asserting some sort of technical defense. I mean, in terms of facts, her client's just horrible. But she's like, well, I'm not certain we have service. And it's like, yeah, okay, but it's not going to win the day, all right?
If he was going to go get a PPO or he was going to have the PPO issued. So it's unfortunate that the law enforcement, that the courts, that attorneys have all had to get involved in these parties' relationship in terms of this breakup. But I have talked to my client several times about, you know, as Your Honor even said, you deserve better than this. You can't just keep putting yourself through this. Because it has been an on-again, off-again relationship over those 2 years. And everybody says, oh, we're not going to get together. From what I see in life, I would be surprised if in 6 months we are together again, because that's been the history of the relationship. I don't think it's healthy for either one of them. My client's behavior is not acceptable. She knows that. She's apologetic for that, but I think that this is a case because she's not had the history that she'd be on a probation. If there's a bond violation that's shown, then she's going to have to take that consequence.
Well, why would she do any better on probation than she's doing on bond? Maybe she could spend Labor Day.
Middleton cutting right to the chase. Of course, the answer is she wouldn't.
Yeah.
Now to Labor Day in the jail and find out how serious we are about our conditions of bond and the conviction that you've been. But there is a compulsion here that compels her to do this, and she can't control it. And behavior is very irrational, both before she got charged and since she got charged. And when I was here with you last, I told you, you need to stay away from this man. I don't want you to have any contact with him. It's a clear condition on your bond conditions. His allegation is that you confronted him at a public restaurant on June 30th and threw a beer all over someone. So there's a charge coming from that. And as recently as yesterday, you called his phone repeatedly and have 2 voicemail messages.
Okay, that's rough. You're talking about bond violations, and he's got proof that you did it yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say, oh, you know, they've made mistakes and they're past it. I mean, literally in the last 24 hours, we're doing the same thing.
Yeah, she's.
So you're not alone, Ben.
Yes. Yes, it's a thankless job there. Yeah, this is. I feel for the attorney there.
But I think Ben could keep her out of jail. I do.
You think so? Maybe. We'll see.
He walks on water, as far as I can tell.
Surrender her phone. She'd have to do something. I don't know.
Which I told you directly not to do. You can't seem to stop. So what do you want to tell me?
I want to tell you that I was basically instigated by him to appear at the restaurant. I would never hurt him and his girls, ever. I have no history, I have no violence, nothing of that sort. And as a man who has...
Skeptic, have you seen this one?
No, I'm intrigued. I'm paying attention closely because this is brand new to me.
This is wild because I think this is the same call that you just brought that awesome clip with.
Wait. Hold on.
I think both those clips were from yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. So
I saw this one and you saw that one, and now we're both seeing both of them.
Yeah, this was sentencing, right? This is sentencing, right? He's sentencing her on her bond violation.
Well, it's a bond violation hearing, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Spent multiple years with me. You think that he would know that? He always plays the law card when something doesn't go his way. He files for a PPO, or he calls the cops, or he trespasses me. I was a secret for the last year and a half.
He plays the law card when she violates the law. It's almost cheating.
So it's been very hard on me.
How?
No one knew about us. We would go on secret vacations or secret dinners. We never were in town together, so no one saw us.
Secret to even
I was
him.
a secret. The past year and a half, on and off, we've probably gotten back together 4 times. Can you imagine what that does to someone emotionally and mentally? It's exhausting, and I have to live every day like this. And the person that I love is trying to ruin my life. Jail time is not going to be beneficial for me. You know that I have mental health issues that I take care of daily. I'm still trying to get into a therapist. I got laid off from my job. That increases my depression and level of anxiety as well.
It's really hard to hold a full-time job when you're standing outside of his window all day long.
Well, how many jobs allow you to make 60 personal calls in a day?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We're not getting into that.
I don't want to get into that because that's pending. You say he manipulated you into being there. I would like to explore that further, but I don't want to talk about it because the prosecutor is going to charge you with a crime. Let's hear yesterday's voicemail messages. In for a penny, in for a pound.
Your Honor, also just to make it clear, if Miss Yancey submitted documents regarding her health or whatever's going on, I don't have anything in my file.
Send it to Mr. Marvin and to Judge because we were here that day for PECs.
Okay, so I didn't make it into AME, so I haven't been able to see that. Do you have your voicemail? All right, so the first one is from yesterday, July 5th, 2022 at 6:19 p.m.
Hey, Jonathan.
Oops, hold on a second. Let me restart that since I had the speaker on.
Hey, Jonathan. I miss you. Where'd you go? To take one of your fat blonde girls to dinner? Or to surprise me? Just figured you'd like to hear my voice. I love you with all of my heart.
Oh my God.
And then the next one was yesterday, 7/5/22 at 7:09 p.m.
Hello, my love. It's me again. Why are you constantly ignoring me? It's obviously not getting either of us anywhere. You're ignoring me. I haven't lost hope. I haven't given up. You still have all of my heart. There's nothing I wouldn't do to be with you. To see the girls again. I miss you so much. I love you, bud. I love you so much more than you can ever imagine. But you have no idea how much you hurt me. The things that you say about me, meeting up with girls and bars, all of it. It's
This
so
is
hurtful.
nuts. This lady's crazy.
You have broken my heart. And you've tried to ruin my life.
I bet
And
she
it kills
listens
me
to the
every day.
messages before confirming them.
Every minute that we're apart, we can't get back. I wish we could. I wish we could find it in your heart to give us another chance. I love you.
So Moody,
That's
would you
all I
raise
get.
your right hand?
Malcolm Whitman.
And
Lady,
swear
it's a
affirm
voicemail,
the
not a
testimony
podcast.
you're
Wrap it
about to
up.
give will be True to the best of your knowledge.
Yes,
Would you state your name, please?
Richard Moody.
Ms. Davis represented that you received those two voicemails yesterday and they were just played into the record. Is that true? Those were received on your phone?
Yes.
And you recognize the voice as Katherine Weiler?
Yep.
Were you there when the messages were left or you came home and found them there?
Cell phone. I checked him after she called.
All right. How many times did she call you yesterday?
64, counting the two voicemails.
Ms. Weiler, what do you have to say about those two messages that we just heard?
They're from my heart.
Oh.
You can't mend a broken heart. Time and time and time again, he has broken my heart. He has torn my life apart.
Yeah.
Make the bad woman stop.
Yeah, just fucking digging yourself deeper and deeper. Good job, Karen.
Wow.
They were
This
from my
is
heart as a response.
Wow. What did she say? Like the fat, were you out with the fat blonde? Did I hear that right? On the first one?
I didn't hear that. What
After dinner?
she threw a beer on the woman he was out with.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, and wow, we need, you can have celebrities, do your answering machine. Remember that? I wonder if she could have, she needs Glenn Close to leave the voicemail like,
yeah,
I won't be ignored.
It'd be perfect.
Jeez.
I won't be ignored.
I have
any
isolated
rabbits?
myself. I have been extremely depressed. I have been in contact with my psychiatrist. I have had my meds adjusted. I have done.
Well, let me stop you from that. How do I stop you from doing this?
Take her fucking phone
Prosecutors asked me
away.
to put you in jail.
Jail is not going to help me.
Well, he
Cut
won't
off
have
her
a
hand.
phone in jail. His phone won't ring for 90 days. This is serious as a heart attack.
I completely
And so he
understand.
said, well, I'm sorry, my heart is broken, so I can just continue to
No.
violate the law and violate the order. Now, the first order was written down. It was given to you by a magistrate.
Yes.
No contact with Richard Moody, twice. The last one, you and I sat here face to face, and I said, don't contact him, don't call him. And that apparently didn't bother you any.
It did
because
bother me.
Well, you continued to do what I told you not to do. So you're saying, well, put me on a probation. I won't. Well, I don't know that jail is the answer either.
It's not.
But I don't have a good answer, and you are in direct contempt of my order that you not.
It's interesting that defendants don't think jail is the answer. I mean, ever.
No, they think that it's going to be this time they'll change. Last time when they told you they'll change, they didn't realize how scared they were going to be this time. But now they're convinced they're going to change. Yeah. No, it's a repetitive cycle to do the same shit over and over again.
Oh man, she just needs to stop.
I actually have seen a couple of times when a defendant who's just fed up is saying, "Screw it, no, I don't want your probation, your crap. Just put me in. I'll do 30 days and be done." It's like once in a while a defendant will just say, I don't want to deal with it. Just put me in.
I don't blame people that would rather do 90 days in jail than 2 to 3 years of probation. That's usually the trade-off is usually a 2 to 3 year probationary term for a 90-day jail sentence. And I know people that will fucking take that 90 days fucking doing a handstand. Yeah, instead of doing 3 years of fucking probation. Fuck that.
But that's rare.
Yeah.
Have any contact with him.
However, he stated that I had a PPO on him. He had a PPO on me. He has not had a PPO on me since I believe June of last year, December of last year, or something around that.
No, but you've had bond conditions to not contact him for forever now.
I was gonna bring that
so
up.
Other than the bail, there is nothing. You would think.
Other than that, perfectly legitimate court order. There's nothing else.
Other than you telling me don't do that,
just stalking, calling somebody 64 times.
Is there proof, though? Is there proof of my name on the number? My number.
Don't make her stop. She's an attorney.
Is there proof? That's what I'd like to know.
Stop talking.
Did my name appear on his phone?
Oh, you'll see.
The two voices.
Stop. Put her back in the lockup right now.
Yeah.
I've had enough of that. Cuff her.
She's gonna be waiting for Sausage Saturday.
Dear. Oh dear. Oh goodness.
Break the hot dog in half to keep him from using it.
We're still on the record and we're still on a live feed. I'm gonna let her sit there for a few minutes. She seems completely detached from reality of the gravity of the situation and not respecting the authority of the court.
It's almost like the judge gets it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. He's making some very good points there.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
It's not a competency issue. She is competent, but there's a strong mental health component to this. Christine, you did send me that information immediately after our last session. Did you find it, Jordan? I mean, Deborah?
No. Can you forward that to me? I don't know if Dave.
I'll forward it to you.
Thank you. I was like, I can look back in my email. For some reason, even though I've downloaded everything, I'm having a hard time accessing it with the blocks that are here.
Now, part of the problem is there have been reconciliations, but he doesn't have to put up with this.
No.
And, but she has what we can see. Generalized anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder.
Dick Steen, behave yourself and stop making comments that I can't post but are funny.
Bipolar 2 disorder and post-traumatic stress. We're seeing obsessive compulsive disorder here. She's not
Thank you, Neil.
Prone to commit crimes, but she's got this obsession. Mr. Valentine in Three Rivers believed that he was the owner of the Johnny's Shell gas station. And he kept going in there telling people how to do their job, and he believed he was the owner of it. And we couldn't, they called it a baseline delusion.
That would be fun.
Her baseline delusion is that somehow this relationship is going to get back together. I wasn't clear, Christine. She had an appointment June 17th, June 20th, or July 20th. I wasn't clear. Did she keep that June 17th appointment?
I think, I'm having trouble accessing mine, but I think they moved it to the July date. I think that's what I sent you. Let me try to get it, access it from my,
I will give you a little heads up. He does bring her back and finish this thing, and he sentences her.
Because the Oakland one doesn't have a date of this letter, so
The letter's dated. Oh.
Or what is, I guess, what is DOV, date of verification? Maybe it is, so that was.
I thought it was 21, but no, I don't know what the date of that letter is.
I think
She's
it might.
been receiving services since July 21.
Right, I think this might be like a date of verification, DOV 5/19 of 22. And saying that she's had care since July of 21. But it looks like that one in July was an initial evaluation. So she hasn't really gotten started.
All right, why don't you bring her back in?
You want the cuffs left on or?
You can take them off. I have a failure to communicate, as Brother Martin said in Cool Hand Luke.
Love the Cool Hand Luke reference. Fantastic.
But we're having a failure to communicate here. All right, welcome back. I wanted you to cool down, and I wanted me to cool down. People think that if you're a judge, you're really smart, or maybe you ought to be. I have the answer to everything.
Well, I mean, some people do, but attorneys don't.
And
I was about to say, same Judge
I don't have an answer to this. Ms. Weiler, you're not repentant. You're not inclined to stop. You've got new criminal charges pending. Did you have a session with Oak Lawn? Have you actually met with them yet, or they adjourned the June session to July?
My psychiatrist I saw on Friday. As far as the therapist, they have rescheduling.
All right. What is your psychiatrist prescribe your medications?
Yes.
How long have you been plugged into Oak Lawn? Since last summer?
Yep, since last July.
Are they aware of these criminal charges?
Yes.
All right. Obviously, you can't continue to call him hundreds and hundreds of times.
No, I think after today, I'm just done.
Well, I said this to you last time. I said, you don't.
Anyway, I just want to make note that Dick Dickstein tries to make up for several inappropriate funny comments, but with this touching. I appreciate the effort. I do.
Deserve this. I can't wave my magic wand and make people want to be in a relationship. He does not want to be in this relationship. He wants to move on with his life. You deserve to move on with yours. But this is unhealthy for everybody involved. And
so she's newly single,
directly
fellas.
Yep.
Contradicted my word.
I'll get you some.
Because you couldn't not
I do apologize.
And then you came up with this lackluster defense of prove it was me. So no, it was only you on 61 of the cases. 2 of them we couldn't prove it was you. Obviously it was you. And so the target's over here and you're focusing over here. And
yeah. What she's saying is the psychiatrist appointment on the 29th. That was Friday, and then the 30th is when this incident happened.
tell me about getting laid off at Cruiser RV.
Our company-wide, we have 5 or 6 plants.
Okay, when he said that, I literally thought he said, "Tell me about getting laid," and he goes off like that. I'm like, "Whoa, that is not like Judge Middleton at all." It threw me.
A major layoff. My plant, the new plant, had 57 people. They laid off 30 people and left them with 27.
How long have you been there?
2.5 years.
Have you worked in the RV industry before?
Yes.
You work on the floor or do you work in the office?
On the floor.
Cruiser has a good reputation as an employer. They have a reputation as paying a good wage. But the more, the RV industry does this, they're boom and bust. And about February and March, they're going great guns. And about July and August, people get laid off. You were on rate, I think you told me?
Yeah.
What were you bringing home a week?
I was bringing home 9 to 1,000, approximately.
And are you going to be on unemployment?
Yeah.
Do you expect to be called back?
No.
So you think you've lost the job?
Yes.
Why is that?
When they laid everyone off, they told them do not expect a call back.
God, Debbie.
Well, that's too bad.
Getting lots of love in the chat, as usual.
When I asked you what was up with all these phone calls yesterday, you said my heart is broken and I felt like I had to do it. So you weren't at that point worried, A, about law enforcement, or B, me. So how do I get you to leave him alone?
I definitely think that I need to go to therapy. They just keep canceling. Maybe some type of anger management, which I did check with Oaklawn and they don't offer anything like that. So it would have to be somewhere else.
Well, I have an anger management program specifically for women. I hadn't thought of that, but that might be a good fit for this. I have my own. I started it when I was prosecutor, and that's been more than 20 years ago. But women have different issues than men, and I started the domestic violence treatment program and the men's anger management. But I don't say I had a lot of the people that were involved in it, but we started a anger management program for women. And I've never talked to one woman that didn't think it was worthwhile. So you certainly got anger, but you are stuck in a closed loop. You're like a hamster on a wheel and you're running around and around, and the faster you go, you don't get anywhere.
Right.
You need to get out of the wheel and take your life in a different direction.
And that's the anxiety and the depression. I don't know if you know much about that, but that's basically my mind 24 hours a day, keeps me up at night, stops me from eating.
It says you also have insomnia, so you don't sleep well either.
Your Honor, Mr. Moody, I think had something else you want to
All right, Mr. Moody, what do you want to tell me?
Sir, I just want my wife back. Like if she wouldn't keep harassing me, calling me, driving by, harassing every one of my friends,
Shirley?
like it wouldn't have been a second time. She just wears on me so much day after day after day after day. I just get tired of it. And the promises that she gave me, I'm just like, all right, as long as all of this stuff stops, I'll try it. And that goes on for about 3 weeks or so, and it's the same stuff. And then I'd rather take all the harassing and all that other stuff that she gives me. Like, she's contacted every person that I've ever been in contact with, and just to harass them, trying to get me not to be friends with anybody, trying to get them to turn on me. It just don't stop. Like, I got a 6 and 11-year-old at home. I pull my shades all the time, make sure my doors are locked. She used to beat on the windows and doors. I had to just take my kids. I'm like, no, she'll leave. Just wait. How do you explain to them that it'll be okay in a minute? My phone rings. It's to the point we're in the car hooked up to my truck. My oldest one will go 3, 2, 1. She calls it back, and she hits decline again. 3, 2, 1, and she hits it again. Like, I can't keep keeping these kids around this. Something drastic has to happen for her to finally get the picture.
Christine, any last words?
Well, I don't think Catherine's suggestion of the anger management, I don't think that's a bad suggestion by any means. The only concern I would have is just from past clients is when an opening is and how soon we could start it.
Well, she certainly needs her other therapy.
She does.
That goes without saying,
right.
But I don't think it's a bad suggestion either.
No, and even, and I'm saying this is a domestic violence issue. I'm just saying maybe the domestic violence group would have some kind of a women's group for like support to talk.
I love that. I'm not saying this is a domestic violence issue because that would be prejudicial to my client, but it's a domestic violence issue. I mean, this is a position we get put in as attorneys.
No, I thought it was funny the other day. I was watching a judge, and I think it was Judge Simpson, and the attorney was like, I don't know if I can ethically argue for revoking a bond for my client, because the reason why the bond was being revoked is because it was actually being revoked in his benefit, that he was actually going to get time served for some money that he owed to the courts, which was keeping him on another matter. So they were like, look, the defense attorney knew it, and he was like, look, maybe it's just best we leave this guy in jail for 2 days and let him take care of all these other matters. And the guy was good with it. And when he said that, he was like, I don't even know if I can ethically argue for keeping my client in jail. He goes, well, you kind of just did, So it was an interesting argument.
In those positions.
He was.
They're absolutely awkward, and that's what you do. You just express it honestly. This is the best you can do.
Yeah, at face value, it appeared as if the attorney was going against the best needs of his client. But when understanding the the dynamics of the case, you realize, well, he's really doing the guy a huge favor. So even if on the face it looks like he's doing him, he's being shitty, really he's helping him out, and the judge accepted it. So, and the client wanted it. So I mean, hey.
Her through in terms of relationship. I don't know.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
Many of the women who are in anger management have been victims of domestic violence.
But even just a relationship kind of counseling on the do's and don'ts, I guess. I
don't know. I mean, she knows what they are. She just can't stop.
Yeah.
Are you taking all your medication as prescribed?
Yes.
I have 2 counts. Malicious use of a telephone. This doesn't seem right. Were you in jail from June 9th to June 23rd?
No, I thought the paperwork looked funny too.
How long were you in jail? Just overnight?
No, I was only in jail for 4 hours.
Yeah, we made arrangements for her to turn herself in, and then the magistrate, we did an arraignment that morning.
Right. By the malicious use of a telephone, 1 day credit, 1 day. We're going to do the probation and stalking. I'm going to do a 24-month probation, which will actually end up being 12 months. Fine is 0. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, and $960 probation oversight fee, which will probably be cut in half to $480. I want you to have no contact with Richard Moody.
There was a restitution requested too.
How much is that?
Sorry, did you know what that amount was?
That's for the broken fence?
Yes.
That charge was dropped, I thought.
I'm sorry?
I thought that charge was dropped.
The charge was dropped. They were gonna be paid for the repair of the fence.
Let me see if I can find them here.
It's literally like 4 inches
Hey, Mike, will you
at the
stop it for
top
one
of an
second?
old rickety
I want to ask you a
fence.
question.
It's
So
not
just
like,
now, she said that charge was dropped, and he said, yeah, that charge was dropped. And sometimes I hear them say they drop charges or reduce charges so that civil liability can be applied. Is that kind of what happened probably, is that she did something malicious and they dropped the criminal charge so that there could be a civil claim brought against her?
I doubt it.
I don't.
I doubt it because she's uncollectible on the civil front.
I've always wondered why they say that. Why they go that? Why are we reducing this charge? Is it for civil liability? And they say yes, civil liability.
Their best defense is that they're pathetic. They're generally judgment proof. The reason why charges are mostly dropped, and Ben, you can chime in on this as well. But the reason I see charges drop mostly is because they have a better charge that they're going to get a conviction on, and they don't want to mess around with all of it.
Okay.
And a lot of times these cases are overcharged. They'll throw in, a lot of charges. It's a negotiation technique, really, in my opinion.
Yes.
That's okay. You want this? All right, we'll dismiss this charge. We'll dismiss this other case if he, takes a deal and on this one. So
that was classic. That was literally like you asked a good, intelligent question, Team Skeptic, and then you literally got a pure like civil attorney perspective and then a criminal defense attorney perspective to the same thing.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're
No,
like, he said, well, I'd characterize it as an overcharge. Okay, let's go with that.
But true. No, judgment proof. That's the first thing they teach you in law school. Never sue poor people. Right? I think that's the first thing day one.
Yep. I've never been sued.
It's just funny. We're just like animals of like of what we do, and that's exactly what we responded.
Yeah.
I was maliciously tearing the fence apart.
So 100 is like
Come up with a mental health, sign a release.
he believes it's $100 for the fence panel and then labor to install. How do you want to factor in labor?
You want to do $100 for the repair of this fence as restitution.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This stalking charge is punishable by up to a year in jail. You're in contempt of my direct order to not contact him. You spent 4 hours in jail. You're going to spend 2 days in jail. You're going to jail right now for 2 days. And you're going to understand that I'm serious about not having any contact. And if you continue to have contact, then the sentence will just be jail. But to some extent, you're right. You have a series of mental health issues which are causing you to behave this way. But it isn't a free pass. You don't just get to keep ruining other people's lives because you're upset and obsessed. And I told you directly from here to there not to do what you just did. So this will impress upon you that I meant what I said. If you continue to have contact with him, we might as well not do a probation. We might as well just do jail. You need to continue to take all your medications as prescribed. You are fortunate that you've already got a course of treatment with a psychiatrist and therapist. The problem is right now your income is going to be cut dramatically because of your layoff. And I don't know what, bringing home $1,000 a week is a pretty good paycheck. And I'm sure you've got car payments and house payments, a light bill and that sort of thing that everybody else has. But you can't do this. When you get out of jail, today is Wednesday. You'll get out Friday. I want you to come up here to the courthouse. Now, your car is here.
Yeah, it's my brother's vehicle.
Is there somebody to come get it?
If I can contact them.
Yeah, we'll let you do that. And they can pick you up at the jail on Friday,
Do you know what time?
probably right about lunchtime.
I know
Do
someone
you
could call.
have a car of your own? Or
Yes.
a Chevy Cruze?
No, I don't have a Chevy
I don't know
Cruze.
why I thought that. What do you have?
I have a Jeep Wrangler.
All right.
Your Honor,
Because of race.
as part of the no contact, because Mr. Moody lives on basically a side street that there's really no.
Yeah, it tees into 2 streets about a quarter mile long.
Can we have a prohibition on her driving on his street?
Sunnyfield.
Sunnyfield. Thank you.
Used to know a girl named Marcia who lived on Seinfeld about 50 years ago.
All right. You know, I don't know if we should be dropping Marcia references right here.
All right. I'm not saying I'm not hanging any jail over your head. I'm just doing 2 days credit, 2 days, because I'm going to leave myself open-ended. If you continue to violate the probation, then we're just going to have a PV hearing and the sanction will be jail. And it's disruptive. It gets you off your medication schedule. I thought about just 1 day,
Is there
but
anything that we could do to drop it to 1 day?
no, you're going to do 2. But 30 days or 60 days or 90 days is really disruptive. You lose your ability to make your house payment. Somebody's got to look after your house, pay your cable bill, take care of your pets. So putting somebody in jail is a big deal. I don't just do it willy-nilly. It disrupts people's lives. But I want you to understand that I meant what I said, and you didn't seem to get the message. All right, when you get out of jail on Friday, you come back here to the courthouse, and the probation staff will meet you and get started on this. I'm going to also do anger management with a question mark.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Well, there you have it.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's great, man. I love those dramatic ones.
I think that awesome clip that you brought with you tonight is from the same call.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. When he said, I remember him, I skipped it because I didn't realize these in-persons could go this good as well. So I always skip the in-persons, but I caught him as I was skimming through the court when he goes, the target's over here and you seem to be aiming way over here. Yeah. You know, when he said that, I remember hearing that and I was like, oh man, I missed this one. I got to start watching the other ones, you know, like the in-persons. But hey,
Skeptic, Ben Bateman, Team Skeptic.
Ben, what's good?
Hi.
Man?
How are you?
Nice
Team
to meet you.
Skeptic. Yeah,
I am the mental midget in the law tube world. So if I ask retarded questions,
you are a sharp guy.
We all are compared to Mike. I get it. He casts a long shadow. I know.
Hey,
I get it.
Mike, I have another video.
What are you laughing at? It's true.
Wait, Ben. I want to ask you this question. All right, because people are going to ask you. First of all, tell us anything you want to say after the sentencing of Kim that you just want to get off your chest. Just lay it on us.
Oh well, I don't know. I'm glad. I'm glad that it's over. Kim is not a total monster. I will say that. You know, he's been on my totally channel. Hate him.
He seems entertaining.
He you know, he is.
He's got good sides and bad sides. I mean, he is a complex character.
So
Ben, can I ask you a question? That character that he has when he's in court that we all get to see because that's when the cameras are on him. Outside of that, when you're just talking to him in a normal setting, maybe not when you're just doing the lawyer client thing, but in a normal setting, is he the same way?
He is. Now here's the thing, like when he disagrees, like when we have disagreements, he won't, it's not like there's a few times when basically I couldn't get off the phone. Like I had to just, I had to lose my cool and just say, I'm done. It's over. You you've said the same thing over and over, and I have to hang up. I have to leave. Like the phone call goes on for an hour while he's arguing with me about. I was like, there was an issue at the beginning. It was a couple months ago, or about a month ago, and I was just like, no, I disagree. Reasonable people can disagree, and it's just like, no, you're not getting it. You're not understanding. It's like, no, I get it, and I disagree. I'm not going to do that. And just keeps on and keeps on. So yeah, and just you will see if you go back and look when he started going. Because we did meet. When was it? Tuesday, in my office, and he was mentioning that when the judge, we brought up the fact the judge had the unclaimed property. I'm like, please do not mention the unclaimed property. I don't.
He did.
Don't, because he goes and looks it up. And because here, the judges, and I think now they just passed a law like the public defenders and some of the prosecutors can mask their names and addresses on certain public records. And so it's kind of like a loophole to go on the unclaimed property. You look them up and you find their name and they've got an address associated with it. And I don't know if you heard, I was like, this isn't a winning argument for
yeah. No.
For trying to get probation. This is a sentencing hearing, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I disagree. We have to bring this up because they are, these are judges and they're purposefully derelict. And you heard him bring up like the Kavanaugh, the guy that tried to assassinate Justice Kavanaugh, had his address. Yeah, right. And I'm like, no, don't talk to, this Judge Levitt is the person who decides whether you're going to prison or not. He's bringing it up. If you look at that, I don't even hear it. I was like, Kim, this isn't helping. I was like, Kim, under my breath, I'm trying to tell him, stop. You'll see at one point, I lean over, I write down on one of his papers there. You'll see me lean down when he's going after her saying, I can't believe that. Oh, and so he brought up the fact to her, this is your old address that's on. So it's like, not only do you know it's her address, it's her old address. And that who's ever living there is in danger if someone wants to come. And I was like, no,
stop with this.
So that's yesterday. So you'll see me lean over and I write down on his papers like, this is not helping you. You'll see me take that. So that was a little, inside baseball, I guess, because this issue came up earlier. After the verdict. When we had the hearing on his custody status after the trial, the cameras were off. I think Alex and Brittany had gone, packed up their cameras there for our Nevada judges. He mentioned to me, and the prosecutor overheard it. He's like, "Oh, hey, we didn't mention this. A lot of these jurors have unclaimed property." I'm like, don't mention it. Do not. No, we're not. Just stop. Don't contact them. Anyway, so the prosecutor's like, no, get the judge out, and I want another condition that he can't contact the jurors.
Yeah.
To let them know that they have unclaimed property, or send them letters, or go to their house, or whatever. I don't know. I don't think he would, but just that, but see, let me just say, to be fair to him, he honestly, and I tell him, it's creepy. People don't like it. You don't like the fact that you're looking them up and you know where they live. He's like, no, I disagree. This is very helpful. Wouldn't you? That's really helpful. And I think he really believes that. And it's just like, no.
I saw him interrupt you mid-argument. And he wanted to tell you something while you were talking to the judge, and making a lot of sense, I might add. He stands up and has to whisper something in your ear, and you're like, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what that was.
It doesn't matter. Well, all right, here's my question. He has his appellate attorney.
Yes.
So there was you and his appellate attorney, because you're not handling the appeal. He's probably going to go after you, or whatever, the usual stuff.
Right.
I'm not even making a thing of it. That's just what happens. The appellate attorney is sitting there. He doesn't say anything, which he shouldn't hear.
Right.
Do you happen to know the appellate attorney?
I knew who he was. We did speak.
You're not close.
No.
Did he? I won't say. I won't ask for specifics, and you can't disclose them anyway. Did he say, "Hey, can I talk to you and get a sense of what I'm dealing with," or have you had that conversation or no?
We had a brief conversation before. I was like, look, he's gonna want to, bring
Do
up some
things
of
that
his.
you don't
He's
want to do.
well, I said, look, he's already, because he went, and this is what he filed some things. When they told him don't file stuff, he filed some things in this case. And
Right.
you saw at the beginning of the hearing, the judge is like, no, these are fugitive documents. I'm not going to entertain them. I'm not going to listen to them. They weren't filed by your attorney. You're represented by counsel. These are, what they call fugitive documents. We're not going to listen to them. So that's it. So I did, I told him, I did tell him, hey, look, he's already started the ball rolling, and I think he's probably going to want you to look at what he's got and see if you want to adopt his thing. I don't, I said, just, I know that because he had mentioned that to me, that, well, the attorney was, so I'm like, well, look, he'll look at it, but he's going to run the show. So yeah, I did speak to him briefly, but I think he got a good idea there at the sentencing hearing.
Oh yeah. He got a good taste of what's going on at the sentencing.
Well, I mean, he kind of, I don't think he realized what was at stake. I think this is just like I think he thought it was a regular sentencing because he was there, and I think he's the one that got up and said, hey, can we call, whatever, I think we're on page 14 of the docket there. He's like, on page 14, hey, can we call this case? And I didn't see Mike Dickerson. I didn't see that he was in there. And I had bumped into Melanie, the other prosecutor at the courthouse, and she had said, look, I think we're probably going to wait till the sort of towards the end of the calendar, because she had a really big calendar that day. Well, anyway, he's the one that got up and said, hey, can we call this? Because he didn't want to wait around all day. We had basically understood and planned that we were going to go last or try and go. So he's the one that said, hey, judge, can you call the Blandino matter? Well, she immediately got into and says okay, well, you know what? This is the times for sentencing, and we're going forward. I don't care. If you're substituting in, I don't think you caught that on the thing. She's like, if you're substituting in, you need to be ready to go. I was like, judge, no, I said, I'm here. I'm doing the sentencing. He's going to be the appellate attorney, from the Office of Appointed Counsel. Oh, her demeanor totally changed. Oh, okay, great. Come on in and we can start now. But yeah, I think he's going to have his
the inside baseball that I don't think people understand. And I certainly know Kim doesn't understand. And I like Kim. He's been on my channel a couple of times. We get along. I talk to him. We get along in a way. He does some crazy stuff. But a big part of why he's not in jail right now is because Judge Levitt appointed you against your will. She didn't want to bang you. There's nothing wrong with anything that I'm saying, but she respects you, and she didn't want to bang you after she appointed you against your will. And this is why he is, by a whisker, not in jail right now as we speak. That's the truth.
Yeah. And I think part of it also is that he does like I said, the redeeming quality there of caring for Evie, the lady that he cares for. He is her caretaker, and he does a good job. I know it was brought up that he's, that I think, I don't want to mention that, but
you're saying
he does a good job, right?
He's sincere.
He does, and he is. He's very sincere. I think they're good for each other. And I personally think that was a major factor. And you saw it when she finally sort of forced him, speak to the issue of sentencing, not all these other things. When he finally did, and he got the first time I've really seen him show some true kind of emotion talking about her. I think that was, a point in his favor for sure. And I think that when he did kind of choke up and started talking about her, and I think that is also certainly was a factor, I think, in him getting probation. I mean, this isn't a violent crime. I don't think he really ever threatened, violence, and he doesn't really have, he has his record of the kidnapping, but it's not, this isn't a windowless van grabbing someone off the street. This was his kids, and you heard the prosecutor kind of go through his children, right. So, he doesn't really have a long criminal history. So, I mean, he normally, that's one of the reasons why, I started saying, hey, let's separate our personal feelings, whatever you think, look at this objectively, because, he said things about all of us, I still, what he says good things, quite frankly.
I'm sure he will now sue you, but he says good things about you as well.
Yeah, and he did thank me afterwards after the hearing yesterday, and
He says good
you know,
things
but I mean things.
to me privately that nobody would hear.
Right. I mean,
I'm
like I
being
said, I don't.
honest.
Yeah, and I think what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought, but I think he's we'll see. I think hopefully he'll kind of learn from this and fly right on probation. I don't want to necessarily see him going to prison, but
I think
yeah.
I think the odds of a violation are high, but that's not anything that you can
No,
avoid.
I mean it won't be.
You
Yeah,
did what
I
you
won't
could.
be dealing with.
I was about to say, if you were a
So,
betting man, you know where you'd put your money.
you know, so I think he does have the. I didn't realize that the prosecutor said that Federica, the victim, had moved away. I didn't realize he'd moved out of state.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
That's what the prosecutor said, that he had moved out of state. But apparently, Kim has a federal lawsuit against him here, so we'll see.
That's
I'll
going
be
to
curious how
Okay.
that pans out.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Ben. I appreciate it. I'm going to do some super chats. Team Skeptic and anybody, you guys can hang out. You cannot, but I'm just going to catch up on the super chats. We had tons of fun. It was awesome to have you here to give your perspective on that.
But
all
right.
And you guys
Hello?
can stay
There we
or
are.
go as you like. It's up to you.
I'll be hanging out.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I do want to say, Ben, you are the only attorney I have ever seen in the 2 weeks I've been watching attorneys that can turn vexation into success. So
Yeah.
good on you, man. Good job.
Hey, thanks. Oh, look, Debbie. Oh, yes. Debbie says she wants to meet. All right.
Debbie Davis.
Yeah.
She's
Someone
awesome.
claiming to be Debbie Davis.
The only reason I didn't you all know that Debbie's my buddy, but like I couldn't have her on tonight because we were watching a hearing that she was
watching
in.
her in action. Yes.
Yeah, I wanted you on the stream yesterday too, but you were busy arguing it.
Yeah, arguing it. Exactly. Ben,
So
you
there's
have
that
an
issue.
excuse. Debbie, no excuse. Ben, you had an excuse. All right.
All
Yeah,
right, let's
that
see what we
was-
got here. I might. Okay, I'm good. Suzanne Black, $4.99. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go fast. Ira, is that Ira? Gwen, 10 pounds. Yeah, late but live. All right. I'm going back because I started some. I tried to get all of them. If I missed any, I apologize. Jake the one-eyed snake, $10 fatal infraction. Let's do this. Okay. Peggy Harkness, $1. Oh, we did this. Peggy Harkness gave me two $1, which is awesome. Michael Cook, $2. T in Tennessee. I remember getting that. It's just Judy. Is Mr. Bateman allowed to tell us what he was thinking when Kimbo was going off on his rant? My guess is la 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 la. I can't hear you.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's.
Well, like I said, I did. I was saying under my breath, and I told you, you'll see there's a point at which I go down and I write something, and I'm basically, I think I wrote, this isn't helping.
Right.
So yeah, it's like, oh, please stop, please stop. It's like when I was watching the stalker phone call later. It's just that, stop. You just got to know when to stop talking when you're.
You were doing the same thing. Yes, the attorney today, when she's like,
yes, I know. It's like when you're in the hole, stop digging.
Judge says, cuff her, put her in jail for, take her back in the lockup for a second. And the attorney just doesn't even do anything. It's like, yeah, that's the best thing possible. Maybe we can progress this hearing now. And not because I'm trying to put her in jail, but because if she keeps talking, it'll get worse.
Yeah.
Man, I had a good video. I wanted to show you too, Mike, of a guy that is, I don't know if he's really in trouble or if it's just an unfortunate consequence of paperwork and the, the way the system works, but he can't stop crying. And the magistrate's trying to help him, but she flips out on him. She's like, just shut up. She's like, I'm trying to help you. Shut up.
How long are we talking?
Oh, I don't know. We don't have to. I was just saying I had something in the future, but
all right. We'll deal with it then.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
I'm like, if it's 2 minutes, put it up.
Well,
And
let
then
me see.
We'll tell you what we think right now. But
It's a good one, and I wanted to get y'all's opinion. That's why I thought about playing it right now because y'all are both here and y'all could let me know what's really going on. Let me tell you how long it is.
Jan Benton, $5. Bunny Boiler, yes. Fatal Attraction, full stop. That's it.
It's 13 minutes.
Jake the One-Eyed Snake, $5 voicemails.
Oh man.
Journey, wait. Old saying proof, don't stick your dick in. Yeah. Yes, I agree, but easier said than done. Any man on this planet can understand what I just said.
I've never been able to live by that standard, no matter how hard I try. Okay.
Yeah, don't do that. Except if it's really enticing, you will anyway because you're not in control of yourself. That's what being a man is. Okay.
Yes, us men are simple creatures.
We are dumb as stumps. That's what we do. Okay.
And we're very good at it, by the way, too.
All right, Germany. Always got to play the law card. Yes, that's what we do.
Yeah, every time I step out of the house, I'm playing the law card all the way until I get back to my house.
She says he plays the law card. Like after she stalks him incessantly, he's like, "Hey, why don't you stop it?" I guess he did. Yeah, sure. She needs hobby benefiting her status, like yelling at.
She has a hobby. He's sitting on the other side of the fucking podium.
Yeah.
I love it. Anna $4.99. There's nothing I won't do to be with you. Cue the psycho shower scene sound effect. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Rebecca Ferris $1.99. Thank you, Rebecca. I finally got alive, and my 3 favorite guys online. There you go.
Look at that. Gonna make me blush.
Jesse Girl is assuming Mike's gender. That's so hilarious.
I can't. I'm offended she's gendered me.
Yes, me too.
Yes, all of you. All of you should be offended. Right.
He, him.
Yeah.
Jackie Joe 15, $5. All right.
Hey, can my he, him, his be Mike?
Love you guys together. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been fun. Thank you.
I have a question, Mike, about your dogs. How are they? Yeah.
They're Havanese Hellions.
Is it Oscar the one that we don't want to make big?
No. Oscar's a Frenchie. Oscar's not my dog.
Okay, well, who's the one that we don't want to make big? It's Oscar, right?
He's just my soulmate.
It's rude. Okay. Well, I just want to make sure.
Oscar's so freaking cute.
I just want to make sure he still had his dignity, though, that he wasn't begging.
Oscar's a bomb. Oscar is so good.
I want to have some dog with it because my dog knocks over. I mean, I love Ruby, but she knocks over the trash and eats out of it. So not dignified, but
no.
I just want to make sure Oscar wasn't begging.
No, Oscar. But he's a Frenchie, They're.
But he's not your dog.
He's not my dog.
Okay.
He's near me though, so I see Oscar.
Mike Ransom for super
semi-regularly.
Okay.
What's that? Wait. Shirley, $5. Love your channel. Thank you, Shirley. We love you. Smash like for sympathy. I think that's for you, Ben. I do.
Oh, okay. Thank you. But yes, it's done.
How do you think this judge would cope with Kim B? I think he'd be good. Man. I think Levitt and Middleton are not far apart. They're very intellectual, sweet judges. They probably both lean on the side of slightly too nice. Very good judges.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was really impressed with Judge Levitt. If I think of all the things, I don't know, that he said to her and about her, I probably would have told him to go pound sand. I mean, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think she did a good job of
those. I've been in front of a lot of judges, and you can't do much better than Middleton or Levitt, honestly. Neil, thank you. This is for Ollie and Frank. Yeah, I've got the 2 Havanese. Oh.
So these are your dogs then?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
How's their dignity? Are they dignified? Are they
I've got
begging?
dogs
What are
all
we
over.
talking about? Oh yeah, you like a sailor with a girl in every port,
Right?
like a
Yes.
dog.
Yes. I've got I got Havanese. I got Frenchies. I've got what are those? What are those wiener dogs? What I can't think of the name of them.
Dachshund.
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 Oh,
Dachshunds.
Annie's a dachshund. She's all good. Love seeing you guys together, but I hate being the dumbest person in the room. No. I got that.
Trust me, you're
Thank
not.
God Team Skeptic's here. Mike invited me on purpose, guys.
Hang for $5 for Ben to do the Blandino dance. All right, if you ever decide to do the Blandino dance, I need the video. I need the video.
Okay.
I will play it incessantly, much like the Blandino dance.
Fugitive documents.
Life changing. The fugitive documents is like I've never heard this term before. I've been practicing on 25 years. I've never heard it, but I get immediately what it means. They're saying it's just stuff that doesn't make sense. It's like, I get it.
Right.
It's like out of left field, crazy
out
stuff.
of left field. It doesn't. Yeah, not
right.
Not germane.
Right. I mean, like, yeah, the concept doesn't bother me. Just I never used that particular term for it, but it makes good sense.
Yeah. Do they have a term for that in Illinois?
Yeah, just crap, crap we're not going to consider.
Nonsense. Gotcha.
Mrs. Queen, $10. Loving the community cooperation with all of you. Yeah, so am I. I mean, this is all good here. All right, let me see here. Let's go back. That was it. I think I've got, wait. Now, you people just keep super chatting me. This is ridiculous. Well, I'm doing super chats.
What do you mean, you people?
Would love prison, literally captive audience. I don't know. Would Kim like prison?
No.
My favorite moment, Ben, of your client, and I don't know, Team Skeptic. I don't know if you saw this one. He gets thrown in the clink because he doesn't get an evaluation. The judge says, "Hey, I'm about to let you out of the clink, and you passed your mental health evaluation." And I crap you negative. Kim objects. He said, "I object, Judge. I want a hearing on this."
He objected to being released?
To being released, he did. I was standby counsel at that point.
God, that's great.
He had an objection to all the judges. He wanted the whole panel here of judges in Clark County disqualified and wanted to bring in a judge from another district here in Nevada. And so he didn't want that judge to hear it. I was willing to stay in, but they're like, no, we're going to let you out.
That's like Amber Heard's lawyers when they objected to their own witnesses' testimony as hearsay.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrea Breckenridge. Breckenridge is like the only place I have not skied in Colorado. And I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix that situation. And I don't know if you have anything to do with that, but that's what it makes me think of. And thanks for the $4.99. I appreciate it. Oh my Lord, you guys are still going. David Palmeris, did someone give Kim a chair?
Hey,
a spinning chair.
Wait. There's one more thing. What was the flux capacitor argument? I didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
Oh, he's talking about the going back because of the prosecutor had brought
Back
up
to the Future.
his case from the 90s. And he's like, yeah, we're going back in the flux capacitor time machine instead of, more recent.
Oh my God. I was so sick yesterday. And I was like stuck on this live stream, and we had to wait an hour for them to clear the call, and then it comes up,
right?
And I'm like just dying, and I'm in the middle of this, and I'm slumping over, and he says flux capacitor. Well, what in the hell just happened?
Hey, Mike, I do have one real short one that's really good. It's a pro se in Judge Simpson's.
How short are we talking?
I think 4 total minutes, and it's 2 videos. It's
the
guy in front of Simpson, and then he sees him the next day, and it's a pro se soft sit. Here we go.
Pull it up.
All right.
That's awesome, Andrea. Thank you.
All right, I got okay.
All right, but I just got to put you here.
Okay, I have to. I just saw it, and now I have got to find it. Oh, it's because it's in my Karen's in court videos. All right, there. So here's the first one. Let's see.
Frozen.
God damn it! I had it.
Steffi, I find that hard to believe, but thank you.
Okay, you know what? I'll have it for next time. I was gonna
right.
I was gonna give you guys a good pro se. Y'all want a crazy lady? Y'all want one crazy lady? One crazy lady, just to
one crazy lady.
The people need to be satisfied. 4 minutes. It's a crazy lady. 4 minutes, and it's
let's see it.
Magistrate. So here we go.
Wait a minute. We'll roll out on this.
We're rolling out on this one, guys. We love you.
Thank you, Skeptic.
All right. Oh, I got to get your sound too.
Yeah, you do.
Here we go. Hold on. Let me pull that up.
Hi.
This is Fink. This is good times.
Oh, this is a good case too.
You're feeling a little bit better, and we can go ahead and proceed today. Can we get Miss McGuire's sound up?
She refused to leave her cell on the first day and just laid on the floor and said, "I don't want to see the judge."
I think this is a perfect Ben Bateman client right here.
What? Where'd she go?
It's fast and explosive. I just want y'all to know.
There you go, Your Honor.
Hi, thank you. Hi, Miss McGuire. As I was saying, I'm glad you're feeling better, so we can speak today. Do you have a mailing address or an email or a phone?
No, the last place that I lived in was at the homeless shelter in Kalamazoo, the Mission.
Okay.
I never switched my address. My last address for like the
where do you think if you were to leave the jail, where do you think you would live?
Well, I don't really want to leave until the love of my life gets out of prison on the 17th, and then he can come get me. That's kind of what I'm waiting for.
Okay.
She wants to stay in jail too.
Get meds on the out, so it's kind of safer for me to be
in
here with meds.
All right, that makes sense to me. So there's also a law that applies to your case. Michigan compiled law 765.6A. If a person has 2 or more felony convictions within the previous 5 years, then there's a requirement that a financial bond is set. So I'll go ahead and set a financial bond for you. Then you can get some credit for time served while you're waiting to get.
Like I said, I'm just waiting for the love of my life. Fair thing. At this point, that when I get out, I get out. Fair.
All right. I'm going to.
You can put a bond for whatever you want. I guess I'll sit here. I'll do my time. I know how to do my time, honey.
Okay. So would you like me to?
When are we gonna ever actually? When is the president gonna ever come to me? When am I gonna meet the president? When is that gonna happen, honey? When are we gonna figure out what's going on with me? We can blame it on my schizophrenia all you want. I'll take my meds, but hopefully that clears things up.
Okay.
I'll be in here. I'll take my meds, but honey, there's still a law. If I get fucking put in jail because of breaking a piece of glass, imagine where you're gonna be. I'm done.
Okay, Miss McGuire, I didn't give you a court date or anything. I'll tell you what you're charged with, okay?
That's it, court date, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, honey.
I don't have time for this shit. I got shit to do, honey. I got real responsibilities, honey. A job to do.
It's called sweeping a cell.
So the court date will schedule you for the next available. That's July 14th. All right, that will be the probable cause conference with Judge Simpson. Your bond is 5,000, 10%. Okay? Any questions?
No. Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Pleasure's all Finks.
Wow. The judge didn't call her out and call her honey.
I think he did that. I think that counts. I gave her a court date and a bond, so we'll consider her arraigned.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Making a habit of this, Your Honor. Yes,
I know. I again can't do it without you, so don't go anywhere.
Have a good one.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, Hannah, she freaked out again and started banging on the table and yelling about the president. Possibly she threatened me. It's unclear.
Yes, Robert. Thank you.
But I was able to set a bond. So she has a 5,000, 10% bond, and we've scheduled a court date for July 14th.
I hope she doesn't have unclaimed property.
Yeah, right. Man, I have another one. We won't watch it tonight, but I have a one where a lady goes speaking in tongues to Judge Simpson.
Oh wow!
That was good. But it is, you know what? This is a little Ben Bateman therapy. You bring that up, you know, because we all have difficult clients. But then you do step back and realize, you know, a lot of people have difficult clients.
Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine who's going to get set up with her as the prosecuting or as the defense attorney, the one that gets assigned to her, because she's not going to be able to pay for one.
I'm curious to both of you guys. Thank you. I got really sick yesterday. I feel better today, but not 100%. I'm going to squeeze in a happy hour today, and this turned out way better than I expected.
Yeah, I'm glad you invited me last night, man.
And that's because of you guys.
Nah, it's because of Blandino and Judge Middleton. We're just the guys that are up here going, here, take it, watch this.
Oh, there's just too much fun out there. Why does Judge Middleton keep squinching up his face? Did you see what was happening in front of him?
I was just waiting for Judge Middleton to pull his hair tie out, let it all hang down. Just let it all flow out. I can guarantee you he's a part of some kind of heavy metal judge rock band. There's like metal in robes is what it's called, and he's just playing the guitar like that. Just
I know. I can't wait to have Judge Middleton on. When he retires, I'll have him on. I would have liked to have Debbie on tonight. She was in the chat, but I would like to have her on, but I can't. She was in there doing proper work as a prosecutor.
Basically, Mike just told me without telling me that I'm a fill-in for Debbie.
No, you are no fill-in for Debbie. I don't know how to tell this to you, Skeptic, but she's better looking.
Excuse me? The fuck you just say, Miguel?
Yeah. I love feigning offense at that concept. That's good.
Let me get big real quick so you can see that I'm actually angry. Oh, whoops, wrong.
All right, you guys. Thanks for coming out. I'm gonna close it down. Thank you all in the chat. Awesome happy hour. I will see you all soon.
Later.
See you later.
Sub to Mike.